All right. Should be good here. Okay. Seems like it's working live. All right. So, it's been a while. It's been a very long time since we've done one of these live streams. So, welcome back, everyone. Of course, first things first, if you can hear me loud and clear, let me know, and then we'll go ahead and begin. There's a lot I want to talk about in today's stream, obviously, given the fact that we've seen such a large nuke and, what we can expect for the next few days or weeks, rather. But yeah, if you can hear me loud and clear, just let me know, and then we'll go ahead and begin. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, starting off on Bitcoin, you guys can see the fact that, we were testing our key support level range. Now, this is something that I've talked about many times, is when you're looking for buying opportunities or even long opportunities, what you have to do is pay attention to the 4-hour time frame and look at what the previous price analysis did. Now, this isn't rocket science, right? We can see that Bitcoin tested the 92K range once, twice, 3 times, and now this would have become the 4th test opportunity. The problem is when you test the support level this many times, given the fact that, bulls had 4 chances of breaking back above the 102 range and not coming back down. When you have these many retest opportunities and then the market falls back again into the same range, this usually means that the support level is going to end up breaking, right? We can see that right now we did see a break going all the way down into 91.2. Of course, the major support level next is at 90K and then 89K. But the issue is, the question obviously becomes is, at what point does this turn around? And this is why I tell you guys, mostly for those of you that are looking for buying opportunities or, adding on losing positions or whatever it is, the issue with doing that is you have to understand the fact that looking at Bitcoin's 4-hour time frame, this is disgusting, right? We simply have a massive bar formation looking to play out. Like, this is why I tell you guys to be very careful with altcoins, because if the market structure does end up breaking below a certain level, things get ugly very fast. Just like when we had the initial squeeze for, you guys remember the Trump rally, when Trump obviously, won the election, we had a huge squeeze at around 76K or 73K all the way into the 100K region without stopping. Now, of course, the same danger is there as well. If Bitcoin does end up losing the 89K support level, which is simple price analysis, right? 89K, the reason why, as you can see from previous price analysis, this level had quite a bit of support retest in between, as well as the fact that it had quite a lot of resistance retests. So when you have that many retests, that's a strong confirmation for a support. So that's going to be the first level that I'm going to be paying attention to, at least for tonight or tomorrow. If, of course, we end up losing the 89K, then next is the 86K. But this is where things get pretty scary. If we lose the 86K, there's nothing stopping Bitcoin from hitting all the way down into around 79 to 77. And that's why I want to give you guys a realistic perspective here is, although the market is in a huge red formation, it doesn't mean that you have to go necessarily all in on your trades for spots or, of course, your long-term buys. The reason why is because if the market does continue breaking below these support levels, we don't really have much right now stopping Bitcoin from cascading. There really isn't much support. Just like when I started this lesson, Bitcoin has already hit the 92K region multiple times. So now if you're entering a long position here, or if you're entering a swing position here, the risk that you're taking is the fact that Bitcoin has already seen this level multiple times. So what are the chances that we bounce again and repeat the same thing again? It's very, very, very small. Instead, Bitcoin will most likely end up breaking around 89 and then, of course, seeing whether or not we can hold that level. Now, thankfully, 89 has never been tested as of right now on these initial dump opportunities, but if, of course, it does end up testing and breaking, then you guys know the next levels are around 86 and then, if not, the 81K. What does this mean for Ethereum? Well, Ethereum is actually doing the same sort of situation as Bitcoin, and we have the same exact bar formation into the $2,600 region. What I'm paying attention to on Ethereum, I know I missed a trade today because, again, I did fall asleep, but look, Ethereum has had a massive free fall opportunity, and this isn't something that's new, okay, guys? This isn't something that was new right here. We have seen this 3-pattern formation, these 3 mountain peaks happen before. For those of you that have been watching my content for a very long time, you guys know exactly which trade I'm talking about, but we have traded this before on Ethereum, and I'm sure if I go back on Ethereum here, we can see the same mountain peak range right here, right? So same thing. Look at this, all right? So it's not identical, but the same formation, yes, it is. Around the 40.28 resistance level, we had the same mountain peak, right? It was something like this, and then a free fall situation. And that's why when you're testing a major resistance, again, see, same sort of situation. Free fall, major resistance 36.83, and free fall situation for Ethereum. Question, of course, becomes is when does this free fall stop? And that's the concern I think a lot of people are having right now in terms of altcoins, is they're getting absolutely decimated. 3,200 was a major support level, which has now officially been broken. We saw a wick low to around 3,160. The next support level, of course, is around 3,118. If the market structure ends up breaking below that, then there's really nothing stopping Ethereum go around the $2,700 to $2,800 zone. Yes, it can get that ugly. Yes, it can get that extreme. And that's why you have to be very careful. Now, would I be looking for swing short opportunities here? No, right? I talked about this in yesterday's message as well. I'm not looking for swing shorts at these extreme ranges because, again, if the market decides to do its relief rally, then I don't want to get caught out on a position. Instead, all I'm doing is just playing the scalp opportunities. Every time we end up losing a wick low, we enter a short. Now you can see how this 4-hour candlestick is being formed. Once it closes, if the market structure does something like this and comes back down again, I'm just going to enter a short on the wick break. That's it. That's all we're doing. Is keeping it super simple for this trading analysis. Is every time we break a wick low, we enter a short. That's it. We scalp the way, right? We put our trailing stops. We scalp it all the way down. But if the market ends up reversing and then all of a sudden, we're not in a trade and then we start seeing Ethereum push up, is the first green candle a buying opportunity? No. Right? Once again, we don't buy on the first green candle. We have to wait for proper confirmation, and proper confirmation would be a break above the exponential moving averages, which as of right now we are not seeing. We're not seeing any sort of pressure in terms of bullish moves that coming into the market, which of course would mean the fact that Ethereum actually wants to go lower, right? It wants to continue pushing with Bitcoin and push lower as well. Same thing with Doge. You guys keep asking me for Doge, and I made a video about this so many times, but I said, look, Doge has a massive bar formation, right? You guys remember I said if we want to look for a swing position on Doge, if there is a bullish position on Doge, it is going to be above the 40-cent range. If we can't break above 40, we are still within range. You can see that now that's playing out. Again, first opportunity for Doge. In yesterday's video, I said 34 cents. If it were to hit, we have to break above the EMAs for us to look for the long position. If we don't break above the EMAs, we are not looking for longs. Guess what happened? I went to bed, Asia hours hit in, Doge broke 34 cents, okay? Then the area of support was around this wick low at 31. Doge broke the 31. Now Doge is testing a midterm support. This is a major midterm support level, but guess what? If Doge can't hold above this range, guess what's next is a 29-cent region. This is where things get ugly, right? You keep seeing me repeat that in Telegram. Things get ugly for Doge is when we break the 29-cent region, because there is nothing stopping Doge then to hit around the 19 to 20 cents. Look, that's where look at this massive gap, right? And I've talked about this many times. I'm not trying to scare you. This is the same gap when we were swinging Doge for longs. We played, and in one day, people were going crazy about Doge, right? From 21 to 29 in one day, people were like, whoa, what's going on? Why is Doge pumping so hard? This is the same gap opportunity now in terms of a short position. Just like it came up, it's going to fall the same exact way back down into the 21-cent region. It's going to cause a lot of panic. A lot of folks are going to get sideswiped here, and this is why I'm giving you the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is the fact that Doge has not been able to hold above a key support level for a while now. We have seen that Doge ended up hitting 48 cents, but since then, 40 cents used as resistance. Then again, 34, false breakout, falling back into 34 again. This is a larger consolidation, but if you notice that the market continues to test our midterm support levels, the more times these support levels are tested, again, the higher chances of them actually breaking. How can you trade this? This is very simple. If the trade is pushing towards support, right? If you see the market continue to test support over and over and over, you just have to trade with the trend, because it's like, think of it like a wall. the more times you hit into a wall, right? So think of it like a battering hammer. The more time a battering hammer were to hit into a wall, the higher chance of it actually breaking. And that's exactly why if we do see a break, it's going to end up seeing like this. We saw this on Ethereum as well, right? So around 32.95 yesterday, I said, look, if Ethereum breaks 32.95, it's the same thing. I'll give you a perfect example of this. Think of the wall, right? So this was the wall, 33 around the 32.95 region. So let's just say right here, this was the wall. Ethereum broke the wall, and then it cascades. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I tell you guys, these major support levels you have to be very careful of when you're looking for long positions. A lot of folks see this as, oh, this is a buying opportunity on Doge. This is a long opportunity on Doge. But the issue is, the more times this wall is tested, if you enter a long and then you see something like this, you're going to wish you didn't enter the trade. And that's why I keep telling you guys, be careful. Why did Doge reverse at 26 cents earlier in December, midterm support? So if you're talking about right down here, you can see that the market had already initially broken from 40 cents. 40 cents down into 26 cents is already a major drop. But we didn't get, so you see, we didn't get the retest as resistance. So yes, we did break below support, but the market actually broke back above. We actually didn't see the retest as resistance for that failure pattern. But that's a great question, because that leads me to my next point. If the market retested 26 cents here and then bounced, right? But now we're falling back into the same range now, do you think that the market is going to do the exact same thing again? No, right? The market most likely will end up actually breaking and cascading with it. And Ethereum is a perfect example of this. You can see that Ethereum has been in this range before, right? We've seen the $3,400 range, many times. And every time Ethereum tried to break above 34, we failed. But then look what happened. So I'm talking about this price action right here, so everyone is on the same page, right? So around 19th of December, same example set up here. So market obviously, retested, consolidated, but then look, market actually broke above. But once we broke back down into the same range with that much pressure and that many retests, market said, today's not the day, and we broke structure. Now we continue to free fall. And the reason why we're free falling is because we're trying to figure out where the next range of opportunity is. So on Ethereum, if we're looking at it from this perspective, the next range opportunity is going to be around 3,100. That's the only real support that we have for Ethereum around this range from previous price analysis. But if Ethereum loses 31, then $2,800 to $2,700 Ethereum is on the board. What does that mean for your favorite altcoins? Well, that's the definition of it's going to get ugly. Doge will probably be trading around 21 cents, right? You'll see a lot of these meme coins too, like Popcat. I haven't looked at Moodang or whatever it is, whatever kind of meme coin you want to look at. The problem is when you're heavily invested into meme coins and Bitcoin says see ya, the issue is Pepe, any of these large cap meme coins, they end up getting decimated, right? People would say, oh, Popcat's never going to go below $1. Guys, it's at 53 cents. 53 cents. It gives you a perspective. This is a huge coin. Listed on Binance, listed on all the big exchanges, getting absolutely decimated. Look at this, right? And the reason why is because when people pull money out, they will always pull it from meme coins first. They will never be from large cap projects. That's why some coins hold better than others. And here's a perfect example. You'll see XRP. XRP isn't really seeing, obviously price manipulation here, but it's also not seeing the same dump like Popcat is, right? And that's why I tell you guys is meme coins are great when the market is pushing upwards, but the minute the market reverses, it gets very ugly from a meme coin holder. And that's why it's always a good idea to cash out your profits as the market rallies upwards. You're never going to know when exactly there's going to be a reversal or when exactly the market is going to stop pumping, but you're going to be very thankful the fact that you did take money out and you're okay in life, right? And that's why I told you guys this for Popcat. I'm not talking shit about Popcat. I've had Popcat since 11 cents is when I first sent it to you guys, but you're crazy if you think I didn't actually cash out all the way towards the upside, right? Yes, I did. I made a lot of money off of it, and that's why I'm like, I'm not really fazed by this market dump. A lot of people that are freaking out about Popcat right now are the ones that are either really over invested or they're caught out on a bad position. In terms of a spot play, I wouldn't suggest looking for spot plays right now. Same example to you guys that I started with the beginning of this conversation is, look, if the market has already tested 92 these many times, Do you really think the market's just going to bounce from here again for the 5th time, maybe even 6th, 7th, 8th time, right? No. The market right now wants to hunt for a specific level, and that specific level for hopefully is pointing at 89K. Because if it's not, then the next level is 86, and anything below that is 79K Bitcoin. If a lot of people, I don't think, are going to be prepared for a 79K Bitcoin, right? Because a lot of folks here are continuing to add to losing positions. What that means is they'll enter a leverage position. If it goes down, they'll add, they'll add, they'll add. It sounds great in a bull market, right? When the price continues to dip, bounce, dip, bounce, dip, bounce. But in this sort of situation, when the price is using the EMAs as resistance, it gets very ugly. Same thing, like, can it really keep going down? It has to bounce. It has to bounce. It doesn't have to bounce. Just like on the way towards the upside, it didn't have to correct, right? So you can see from 77K to 100K, there was no correction. Same way towards the downside, if we break 92K and drop to 70, it doesn't have to be a correction. It really does. I mean, sorry, a relief rally. There really doesn't. We can sit here, and again, I told you guys, like, it looks like if the market's going to see a relief rally here. Yesterday, I said if we're going to see a relief rally into the EMAs, it's going to be yesterday. Guess what happened instead? Market came, retested the EMA, right? So it was right here, right? I went to bed. I remember this green candle. I remember specifically, I said, look, 93.4 is a major support for Bitcoin, right? We're going to see a relief rally into the EMAs. So if you're taking longs, play the longs into EMA. We saw the EMA play, but guess what happened as soon as we hit the EMA? All of a sudden, news came out about Silk Road, right? They're allowed to sell 6.5 billion into the market. Guess what happened? Immediately the next candle, red, and break of support. That's the danger of trading with news and your market bias too, right? Is when news comes into play, it becomes very, very noisy, and you're trying to figure out what exactly is going on. That's why I personally didn't enter a trade last night during Asia hours, is because once news hit, I figured the market's going to see a correction. It's probably going to break support here. Market broke support, right? The wick low was lost. And I said, hey, at 90, what was it? 92.7 or whatever, right down here. No, right at 91.7. No, I'm having a moment. 91.7. I said, look, if we're looking for a scalp, it's going to be a quick in and out position. Market broke, go all the way down to around 91.2. Then we're seeing a small bounce opportunity. Does this mean the first green candle is a buying opportunity? No, right? Again, no, it's not a buying opportunity. Just like the folks here that thought the green candle was a buying opportunity got wrecked. Just like the folks here yesterday. And the point of the conversation is the only time it's a buying opportunity is if Bitcoin can actually break above the exponential moving average and use it as support. But the issue is when you're seeing these many retest opportunities on the same level over and over, it becomes very dangerous. And yes, Bitcoin can hit 88K. Bitcoin can actually break 88 and go down to 86, right? This is the thing. A lot of people on YouTube right now are probably screaming this is a buying opportunity. The issue that I'm seeing on the 4-hour time frame, guys, this is not rocket science. Look at the range. I'm showing you guys this live. Look at the range. Why would Bitcoin bounce when it's already tested this range so many times? Why does the market keep coming back to this range? If there was a consolidation, let's say this is a consolidation for a larger move, sure. But the issue is, look at how the EMAs are reacting even on the daily time frame. For that to happen, a consolidation, the EMAs have to be used as support. So see how a consolidation here versus what's happening now is different. This is why it's a bigger concern for me, is these candlesticks are not a joke. And the more times we continue to test the support, sooner or later something is going to go. And a lot of folks here are going to get trapped. And the point is, again, guys, if you're looking for trades, we're short scalping the market. We are short scalping the market. Only time we're looking for swing positions is if we break above the EMAs. Only time we're looking for buying opportunities is if we break above the exponential moving averages. Otherwise, your altcoins don't mean anything to me. A lot of you guys say, hey, Pingu, I need an analysis on Gala. Okay, the analysis is you're wrecked, right? Like, that's the reality of the situation. Is if I'm saying, hey, Bitcoin's short, Bitcoin's looking for major support retest, do you think Gala's going to be like, all right, today's the day for me to shine, right? No, it's not. It's instead going to see a wreck city, right? So you can see BART formation on Gala destroyed. Now we're testing a midterm support level on Gala that has already been tested multiple times. The problem is when you start looking at things like this kind of way, like look at Doge, look at Gala, look at Solana, all of these coins are on major support and it's already tested the support level multiple times. The issue becomes is, hey, if these many support levels are being tested and if we break, what is the worst case scenario? For Solana, it's $159. A lot of people are not ready for that conversation, and that's why I keep telling you guys is, look, if I'm looking at Bitcoin as a short perspective or a bearish category for the time being, I don't want to hear, okay, Pingu, what do you think about this coin? No, it means that everything is going to go down. We're not in an alt season just yet, right? And it's a clear example of this. Look at Bitcoin and Ethereum's chart. They're identical. There are opportunities in this market where you can make a lot of money. And recently, the past few days, it has just simply been shorting the retest of the EMAs. There's a lot of opportunities here to short the market, right? But the bigger trade opportunities are what happens once we lose these major structures. Like this structure right here on the support retest, if that structure is lost, then yes, things get ugly very fast. So I really hope, I really hope that you guys are listening to me sitting on Telegram. And you know, I'm going to be honest about Telegram. I'm sitting there and repeating myself over and over, and I'm still getting messages of, oh, Pingu, I'm in a long trade. I entered a few weeks ago. I don't know what to do. Look, it's very frustrating to see that because it feels like people don't listen, right? And like I'm sitting there analyzing this every day for you guys and telling you, look, even on Dogecoin yesterday or 2 days ago, I said, look, 34 cents when we were trading up here at 38. I said, look, Doge is going to end up hitting 34. If you're looking for an opportunity, wait for that level to test. People didn't listen, right? Now there's some folks that are caught in a long trade here at 38. Same way at 34, yesterday's video, I said, hey, wait for Doge to at least break above the EMAs before you long. Same folks didn't listen. Now it's at 31. If the same structure at 31 breaks down to 21, people are not going to listen. That's where reality comes from. Is this is a learning process, right? This is a learning process for a lot of you guys. But my job is to sit here and give you the realistic levels and the realistic trades of where you can possibly enter. Right now, I would just be sitting on my hands. If I'm being honest with you, I would just be sitting on my hands waiting for structure breaks. You can see that the past few wick breaks on Ethereum and Bitcoin have been extremely profitable. Extremely profitable. Would I enter a short here or here? No, right? Because this candlestick is now being formed. If we're going to see a relief rally on this candlestick, nobody knows. But if there is, I don't want to get caught out. Instead, wait for candle close, re-enter on the break, so something like this, and then profit, right? Super simple, super easy to do, super easy to watch as well. So that's what I would be looking for. So in terms of the midterm, like I said, midterm right now, like that's anyone's guess, right? No one knows exactly what the market's going to do. And you know, it's funny because someone asked me this question. They said, hey, you know, Trump's coming into office, stock market's at all-time high, like da-da-da-da-da. These are the reasons why I think Bitcoin's gonna see 200K this year or by March, right? And my logic was, look, when the whole market thinks there's something that's going to happen, the market tends to do opposite. And this is exactly what's opposite. People cannot fathom why the market is dropping. People are hunting reasons as to why the market is dropping. The reason specifically is the fact that we have seen such a large rally, even for Ethereum, from 2,300 into 4050, right? We've seen such a large rally that there has to be some sort of corrective move. But from a technical analysis standpoint, why is the market coming back to these levels over and over? And why does it continue to retest these supports? That is my concern, right? When I start seeing that on the daily structures, I start noticing the fact that, look, if the market really wants to break these support levels now, nobody is ready for that. So that's why I would be very close. I'm planning on to short Bitcoin right now, close at 88K. Is that good? Look, man, like I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. The same situation, right? You want to enter a swing short on Bitcoin, even though I just said we're only looking for scalping opportunities. The reason why is, look, let's say you enter a swing short at 92K, right? Markets in extreme oversold conditions, not only on the 4-hour, but as well as heading into the daily. You enter a short here, market relief rallies into 95K. Then you get liquidated, then it comes back down. Then you're going to be like, well, this and well, that. No. Realistically, what you're doing is you're simply just waiting for these wick breaks. Do you see this wick? If you shorted it, you would have profited. Same way up here. See this wick? If you shorted it, you would have profited. You're better off just scalping on the way towards the downside. Yes, sure, scalping to 88K works, right? Yes, that works. But swinging over here does not make sense. So I hope that makes sense for you guys as to why we're trading the way we trade. And again, like I know I've been repeating this so many times in Telegram over and over, and it's because I want everyone to be on the same page. I want everyone to understand why exactly we're doing what we're doing. I don't want anyone to get caught out. But guys, looking at this overall perspective for Bitcoin, this is not good. This is not a good perspective for Bitcoin. This is where things get extremely ugly if we end up losing these support levels. Because look, this candlestick is my concern. This one right here. You see these? You see this little gap from here from 81 to 86? There was nothing stopping Bitcoin. This happened in 2 4-hour candlesticks. The worry for me is the fact that if we end up losing the support level again at 89, there's nothing stopping Bitcoin. There realistically is nothing stopping Bitcoin from dropping all the way down into 79K. Are you prepared for a situation like that is the question you should ask yourselves, right? And that's why I keep saying, right now, there's not a single guru out there that's going to be able to tell you, okay, on January 15th, Bitcoin is going to be trading at 126K. No. Instead, what you can learn is how to trade this market on the way towards the downside. Right now, the market is trading below the exponential moving averages on the daily time frame. What does that mean? It means just bearish territory. That's it. When you start thinking like that, all of these green candles are selling opportunities. That's really what it comes down to. Until the market confirms and decides to break above the EMAs, you are not a crystal ball guru. You are simply someone who is trading with the trend on the way towards the downside. When the market presents its hand and shows you it's ready for a relief or a swing long, I will be the first one to tell you it's a time to take a long position for a swing. Otherwise, sit on your hands, wait for the market to come to you, and continue looking for short scalps on the wick breaks. Just because you enter a short and the market bounces upwards a little bit doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Because again, if we're trading below the EMAs, the market is still in a downtrend. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. So everyone understand that? So yeah, at this point, so yeah. Exactly, right? And again, I can sit here and repeat the same things over and over, but I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm better than you or I'm better than you guys, right? That's not the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation is I've done this for 7 years and I've seen charts longer than anyone else has, yes, but these are patterns that I've also noticed, and that's why I give you guys these warnings ahead of time and say, look, your favorite Doge coin, regardless of your investments or how much you have, there's a buying opportunity. Me saying Doge is going to drop doesn't mean that, oh my God, he's out to get us. He's spreading false news on YouTube. No, it simply means that I would rather you not enter $50,000 buy opportunity on Doge here versus entering maybe down here and then playing the bounce and riding profits both ways. That's the point of my videos on my Telegram channel, right? And again, for those of you that are new to the channel, my Telegram is completely free. The link is in the bio. I will also post it in here. I don't charge for anything. I don't have a course. I don't have signals. I don't have a VIP chat. All my stuff is completely free. It really is. And that's the difference between me and every other YouTuber out there, right? They say, oh, yeah, I'm a trader. Well, the difference is my stuff is free. I don't charge you. And I just post whatever I think is going to happen. And when it happens, you make money both ways, right? I don't need to sit here and be like, yeah, pay me $30 a month and this is what I'm going to do for you. I don't need to do that. I really don't. Because again, I would rather the small guy learn from this for the long-term picture and understand how this stuff actually works for the long term. That's the goal of the channel, is to get all of you guys profitable. But again, look, Bitcoin and Ethereum are still dropping, right? We're still not seeing a bullish rally. So again, if you're worried, you're panicked, you don't know what to do, just go outside, spend some time with your family, your friends, let the market do its thing, come back tomorrow or later in Asia hours and decide how you want to trade. But right now, with the next 2 hours and 28 minutes, there's nothing that's going to happen that's of interest to you. This candlestick is being formed now. I would not be looking for a short down here. I would just let the market do its thing. The next candlestick, if we end up breaking again, cool, enter a short, right? That's really what it comes down to. Our next level for Bitcoin is going to be at 90,000. It's not rocket science. That's the next wick. That's going to be the magnet. Once we hit 90, if we break it, 89. If we break 89, it's 86. If we break 86, it's 77. It's very simple. We don't trade with, okay, Bitcoin's going to 50,000, right? That's not logic. That's not, and you can't say that. Unless X happens, then it equals something. And what that means is if a support level is broken, then the next support plays. But nobody knows, of course, if the support level is going to hold or break. But what we do know is these support levels, just looking at previous price analysis, have for some reason been tested 8 times already. The more times a support level is tested, the higher chance of it breaking. Point of the conversation, trade with the break. You are the battering hammer. You are shorting into the break. If it breaks, it's life-changing money for a short. If it doesn't break, you get hit with the trailing stop. Worst case scenario, you still made money. But both ways you see it, you are still short, right? You are still shorting. You're not counter trading yourselves and entering longs hoping for the bottom. Because if the market says today is not the bottom and we continue dropping, you're going to wish you didn't enter the trade. And I'll say it again. I will continue saying it, right? So I hope that makes sense for everyone. Please, 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 please trade safe, guys. Set your trailing stops. Let the market come to you. And if I'm not posting on Telegram, that doesn't mean it's an opportunity to bother Pingu and say, hey, Pingu, what do you think about Dogecoin? What do you think about this? Look, if there's no trade, I'm not going to message you. The whole point of the chat is to keep it clean. Keep your notifications on if you want the trades. It is completely free Telegram. I don't post much in there unless there's something of importance. And once again, thank you guys so much for listening for about 31 minutes now. That's pretty much it for me. I miss you guys. I know I haven't done this in a while and I apologize. I genuinely do. I've just been busy, if I'm being honest with you. I've just been chilling, you know. I've just been busy living life. Marvel Rivals came out. I was been no-lifing that a lot. I've just been playing a lot, just, you know, getting back into things. Started working out again, just focusing more on health and stuff. But that doesn't mean that I don't send trades. I have sent a lot of trades the past few days. And again, I will continue posting these levels for you guys so everyone is on the same page. The benefit of this chat versus any other chat out there is I'm holding your hand and telling you where exactly things are going, and you make the decision of whether or not you want to take the trade or not. It's super simple. Thanks again, guys. Thanks so much for everything, and I appreciate you guys always liking my videos and always just listening to me talk and ramble on. I will make a Doge video tonight, I promise, and the reason why I do it at night is I give enough time for Asia hours to play out. Then we have a confirmation. Then you get the best of the best. All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks again. See ya.